everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. If you like running the ball, boy, do we have a matchup for you today. The best running back in the league against the top-rated rookie in the draft. Adrian Peterson going up against Ezekiel Elliott. And with that, we're off to Big D and AT&T Stadium, where we'll say hello to our broadcasting team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, we find ourselves right in the center of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Arlington at AT&T Stadium. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys. Carry now for Adrian Peterson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The starters now on offense, and Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries. But boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Bridgewater gives to his tailback, Peterson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go play action here on 1st down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. Bridgewater off the play fake to McKinnon. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And the defensive starters for the Cowboys, here they are. And it's a defense that through the regular season, #1 against the rush, 5th in points allowed. How have they done it, partner?
That's one of the great mysteries out there because in the preseason, we all thought Dallas would struggle mightily on defense. Their pass rushers were not available. We weren't sure what they'd get in the back end on the secondary. But they got great play all the way through. And they're one of those teams, it didn't matter who got the credit. Someone would make a play each and every week, and I'm still in shock that Sean Lee, their all-star linebacker, didn't make the Pro Bowl. So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Bridgewater from the gun on third down. His throw caught right around the 6. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1-2.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A very lengthy opening drive as this will be play number 12 coming on third and goal. On this, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Teddy Bridgewater taking it in. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a... touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time running out here on the play clock. Now a play fake here on first down. And this one caught by Dez Bryant.
I know the numbers this season are not Dez Bryant numbers, but something keeps nagging me that he's not on the downside of his career, that he's going to be poised for a big playoff run. There's just something about him and his explosiveness.
You mentioned the numbers, 796, 13 games played, 50 receptions, but you still think there's a lot there in the tank.
I certainly do, and I think it got off to a bad start for him because he was injured early. Then he had to adjust to Dak Prescott as his quarterback. Remember, he knew what Tony Romo would do in every situation. And I think that Ezekiel Elliott, his ascension, really hurt Dez Bryant in terms of numbers because they became much more of a running team.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 53 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now out comes Minnesota. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And that's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go.
Bridgewater now on second down. They'll roll him out right. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph, and it's third down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football? 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Bridgewater. He's got time. He's going to go for a big play down. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, 69 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This is taken near the 13. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. They come up in an offset eye. Again, it's Elliott. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Third down, it's Prescott. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dez Bryant, 73 yards. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Big mistake here by the kicker, kicking it out of bounds.
The one that drives coaches crazy. Keep it in the field of play and let your guys cover.
First down throw for Bridgewater. Buying time to... Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. football, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2, but they face a second and long to start things out. They go to Elliott again, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Captain Mutterland. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
First down, Bridgewater. Sliding out of the pocket. Going to throw right side here, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you have a quarterback who can move and get outside the pocket, yet still keep his eyes downfield and find open targets, you have a very dangerous player at that position.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. The second down throw for Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Let's go. Get loud. I want to hear it.
First down, Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
So that pass ball is incomplete. And Brandon, while we got a quick second, let's talk about Coach of the Year, because this is an award. It's hard to define, but I'm telling you, here's 3 spots that I think deserve mention. Atlanta with Dan Quinn, Dallas with Jason Garrett, and Miami with Adam Gase. I thought all 3 were exceptional.
Absolutely, and all the talk in Dallas about the 2 rookies, and rightfully so, but I think Jason Garrett might take this hardware home.
Yeah, I think that he's got a great possibility because his defense really stepped up, and we thought they were going to be miserable. And Dan Quinn, after last year's collapse, that didn't happen this year. They have a bye in the first week of the NFL playoffs. And finally, Adam Gase. He may be young, but boy, did he act mature as a coach, and Miami won 9 of 10 down the stretch. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They'll come out in the pistol. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
To go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Ohio! Switch! Ohio! Kill! Turn up! Kill! Let's go! Red 38! Ohio!
A second down throw for Prescott. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 12, that's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And that incompletion also gives me a chance to ask you about defensive MVPs. You know, I thought that it was going to be Von Miller. He had 13.5 sacks a few games ago, but didn't have any the final stretch of the season. But he still has a possibility.
No doubt. We still have to talk about him. He's one of the best defenders in the league. But how about some other names? Vic Beasley from Atlanta led the league in sacks. Khalil Mack, you have to block him with 2 or 3 guys on each and every play. How about Landon Collins and his playmaking for the New York Giants? Helped them get to the playoffs this year. And, of course, Eric Berry from Kansas City. A couple of pick sixes, the pick 2.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
A give to Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
2nd down following the run.
Flex round! Flex round!
Shift together here from the D-line. On 2nd down, Elliott fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And he fires one, but incomplete. Bryce Butler, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down.
Here we go.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And it is incomplete. All right, let's go tangential for a second. Give the viewers a behind-the-scenes look at our pregame meal with our production crew. Two of our cameramen, Jared and Goose, one a Dolphins fan, one a Steelers fan. They're going head-to-head because those two teams will meet in the playoffs. It was interesting to hear them debate, wasn't it?
It certainly was. I was a little worried about Goose because normally he flies with Maverick, and you know how that turned out. But anyway, the way they were discussing it, think about how these two teams met in the regular season. Miami, 1-4 at the time. They beat Pittsburgh in a big-time upset. That kick-started their season. Miami won 9 of their next 10 games. In Pittsburgh, they lost their next 4, counting that game. So they went to a tailspin before finishing it strong with 7 straight wins. I think Big Ben, though, back in the lineup, Pittsburgh at home. I like the Steelers in this matchup.
Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. And it's 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Bridgewater to throw it. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the... It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. In the red zone this time. They come up in an offset eye. Bridgewater again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And out now come the Cowboys. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. And they're going to go soft on the corners. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 7 yards to go on second down.
Let's go. 1, 9.
Second down, Prescott. And he finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Well, obviously, Wild Card Weekend is upon us, but don't forget about the 4 teams that have this weekend off. When you get to this part of the season, is that a big advantage? Or, I mean, we've seen some wild card teams run the table, so how big of an advantage is that first-round bye?
You're exactly right. We have seen wild card teams take it all the way to the Super Bowl and win it. The Giants have been a prime example of doing that. But every team I know would love to have that open week and be able to prepare for the playoffs. Why? You rest your injured guys. Okay, mentally you get a little bit of a break. Everyone kind of gets out of the building for a little while. And the one thing that those teams get a chance to do, assess what's going on ahead of them. All right, they see how the other team plays, able to get in your game plan, almost like you can make the last move before you play.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Tim carry now for Elliott. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Let's go. 1, 9.
Third and long for Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought it was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Let's go. 1, 9.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
You have to give big-time credit to the cornerback on that play. Most of them like to just sit back and say, I'm playing pass. But he diagnosed that play so fast and got into the backfield for a loss of yardage. That's a monster play by a corner.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On third down, it's Prescott. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. The Cowboys will turn it over now to Dan Bailey for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that'll get the lead down to 5. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now a play fake. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Second down, Bridgewater. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
That was a nice pickup, some chunk yardage there. Some of those big yards downfield with a little bit of rack thrown in there, a little run after catch. And it came on a crossing route. I can just hear one of my friends who won 4 Super Bowls as a quarterback always said the same thing. What route does a defense hate? Crossing route. Hate it, hate it, hate it, because it's hard to change direction when they get going full speed in the other way. We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Dagger! Let's go!
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Surveying the field. Dancing to his left. And some room to roam now. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's McKinnon, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Bridgewater. This will be caught at the 2. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph. His second touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. First down, Prescott. And this is incomplete. Well, throughout the year, I've occasionally asked you for your MVP pick. Now that we've seen the entire regular season, who's in the mix?
Well, Brandon, I think Zeke Elliott and Dak Prescott will go in as a duo, and that'll probably knock each other out of the race. Tom Brady will be heavily discussed, but there's never been an MVP that's missed 4 games, so I don't think that he's going to get it as well. Matt Ryan is probably going to end up being the MVP, but I would posit that Aaron Rodgers would be the guy. 4-6 at one point. His lead running back is a converted wide receiver. And who has he been throwing out to wide? Jordy Nelson coming off of a knee injury. Look back at Matt Ryan. He's had the 2-headed monster in the backfield. He's had Julio Jones. I I think that Aaron Rodgers should be the MVP. Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then broke back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
Here we go.
And again, it's Prescott. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. And now a first down following that long gain.
Let's go.
Prescott on first down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Lucky Whitehead, his intended target. That'll bring up second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
A second down throw for Prescott. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get
they?
a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to fourth down.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
Here we go. 1-9.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And tough starting field position here. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left. They've got his man complete. The young connection hook up there. Bridgewater to Diggs. 52 yards. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
3 down. Get ready.
Bridgewater fakes a give to Peterson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyrone Crawford in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On third down, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. On the run. And this is caught inside the 5. A gain of 39 that time. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. And look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Get ready.
They'll run for it with Peterson. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They come up in an offset eye. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. And now they're in the hurry-up. 3rd and goal for Bridgewater. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Andrew Gatchkar in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And quickly, they get to the line. Prescott now on 2nd down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the return stops at the 39-yard. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Peterson alone in the backfield. Bridgewater here to throw. Looking deep. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. That one goes for 34 yards. And the Vikings are going to have it now, 1st and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.